This
Speak
is
for yourself. Also, why are you wearing an hoodie in the house? Like, why are you wearing the top part of the hoodie?
because I like wearing hoodies.
No, just take it down. We know you're already wearing the hoodie, but this is unnecessary. All right, let us see your butt.
That's your
Leave
opinion.
Bella
Yes.
alone. Let him express himself.
No, we want to see your face. All right, we're not mugging people online. All right, we're not trying to hide your face. There's no mask.
Are you saying people who wear hoodies mug
No,
people?
I'm saying you.
Have you seen me mug someone
I
before?
don't know. I'm
So
not
why
with
are
you
you
all the
saying
time.
that?
I don't know.
Have you heard anyone say
Take
that?
down.
Oh
Let us see your
God.
pretty face.
No. Like
No,
leave
leave it.
me.
Don't do that.
Do me. Did you hear that? Let me do me.
Exactly.
All right.
Anyway,
Oh
guys,
my
how are
God,
you all
Oyo.
doing?
We're getting you a sedative. Yeah. Go on, Abiola.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Amy, you asked about the week. The week was good. I can say
Yeah.
my week was good. You can say what you did.
Was it
I've just said
chill?
my week. So
No, we are. So she asked a question. I asked a follow-up question. So I don't get answers.
what did I do?
Yes.
I had fun. I worked, I had fun, and yeah, it's a mix of everything.
What did you do for fun this week?
I played tennis.
How was yours,
Mine
Ayo?
was good. Thank you very much. It was good. Thank you.
What did you do?
Me, I did a lot. Thank you very much.
Yes. Such as?
She wants
Yes.
the details you were
Such
asking
as,
for. She wants you to say.
such as, I did everything here and there. Such and such.
Bye.
This is just a
Bye.
case of someone. What he cannot give is asking for. But anyway,
No, I watched some
Exactly.
basketball.
Exactly.
Um, I played some. I did a little bit of work. A little bit of work.
I was about. You said you played. Played what?
None of your business.
I
played a lot of things.
Mark Paro, don't lie
played
to
a
the
lot of things.
world. Uh-huh. But continue.
I went to Spotify and I
That's so
played
cool.
some music on Spotify.
Keep it that
Did you
way.
see that?
You played music. Simple.
What else?
That's all.
Why are you judging?
Ayo is
I'm
living
not
a
judging.
It
chilled
sounds like
life.
you are.
Just don't
Just
lie.
because who's lying? Because I did not play tennis now. It's the end of the world.
No, I didn't say you should play tennis. You don't have to.
I played games there.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's fine.
Okay.
All right.
It sounds like
What
you had
did
a
you
very
do
chill
then?
week. I'm
How
actually
was
jealous.
your week?
It was busy. I took a trip to Toronto, like I said earlier before we started recording. I had a work trip to Toronto, had a meeting. I had 12-hour days back to back. On the way back, my train from Toronto was delayed because of an accident that happened on the tracks. So I was stuck in Toronto for longer than expected. Got to Ottawa. I was dead tired, but for some reason I couldn't sleep well. And then, yeah, yesterday I went to the Christmas market
Okay.
in Ottawa with my friend. And we had beaver
Oh,
tails and mulled apple cider.
okay. And how was that? Well, it seems like
It's
you look
nice.
like it was fun. So
I like Christmas markets. I feel like they're so pretty and so lovely. So I had fun.
okay.
Aya, why do you look
All right.
upset?
Me.
Yeah, why are you looking at me with such concentration? Maybe not upset, but you're like,
I'm just paying attention to all of this.
oh,
Okay. So yeah. So there's a video.
yes, I have a
you want-
question. Yes, please.
So
You guys
we've
saw
seen
that
the video.
video.
Yeah.
Are you gonna play this?
Yes, I will.
I promise to smack ass every chance I get. That's all I got.
Is that it? Come on, Cody. Are you sure?
I didn't write nothing down.
That's what you're going out with?
That's what I'm going with.
I think like for many people, a wedding is just that moment where you're like talking about everything that you're going to do with your partner or like how you promise to love them and all that. And man is just like, I promise to smack that ass whenever I can. And then obviously there's awkward silence. And even his friend in the background, like if you listen to the video properly, was like, come on. And the pastor asked him, like, is that all you got? And he's like, yep, that's what I'm going with. And then he says, we've made it this long. And so I guess my question is like, first of all, like as guys, what's your take on that kind of vow? I know I've been at weddings where the grooms were like, oh, I didn't write anything, but I'm going to like say something. And they'll come up with something on the spot. You catch my drift? But like, what is your take
Yeah.
on number one, vows like that, where everything just becomes awkward? Like, is it a lot of work for men to write their vows? Maybe I should just start there, actually. Like, do you guys find it hard to put it on paper, or what is the problem exactly?
No, I don't think it's a male female thing. I think I would say it's a personality thing. Some people are writers, some people are
True.
not. Some people find it easy to put their feelings into words. Some people can't express it. At the end, if she likes it and it resonates with her and it connects with her and she's happy with it, then who are we to like be like
Yeah.
what? That's the thing. But just on the surface, it's a very like you want to believe that the wedding day is you're taking it serious because you get that marriage is serious. And at least you should try and
Yeah.
even if you want to do it in a funny way, you should say something meaningful. But hey, to each their own.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Aya, do you want to say
Um,
anything?
I I'm not gonna lie. I feel writing your own vows can be a little bit of a force. By force, I mean like it's a little bit unnecessary to me. I'm not saying that if I'm marrying somebody and they feel like it's important to them, then I would do it.
Yeah.
But personally, I don't think that's
Yeah.
important because it's kind of the whole idea of like if I'm going as far as to propose to you, for us to go as far as to do the whole marriage thing, I pretty much, and I know some people might not be aware of the gravity of what a marriage might be going into it. I'm aware of that. But your proposal is not what is, I mean, your vow is not what is going to stop your marriage from working out or not.
Fair.
All right. No matter how glorified and
Fair.
dignified that day may
Yeah.
be, a marriage can still collapse the next day.
Even if you write the best
Even if you had the
vows.
best vow, as people have cheated on you for less, a marriage has broken down on way on greater levels and less things than
Like
that.
even if you put a vow that is making
Exactly.
everybody
Yeah.
cry.
For me, if you're going to do a vow, which is unnecessary, but if you're going to do it, do the basic one. Do the one that a pastor and a priest do for everybody. Because I feel like that already contains as
Yeah.
everything that you need in a marriage. And basic. But if you're not going to do individual vows, right? Know your husband or your fiance. Like I feel like know the person that you're marrying. All right. If you know that he's going to say something like that, which I don't necessarily think is dumb. I don't. The reaction is a bit overblown, and I can get why some people will overblown it. For me, if that is your husband, if that's the person that you're going to marry, if you're not happy with what he says, then you have a bigger issue. Now I get it. Like I get it. People can still disappoint you. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But this is not the kind of a person that this is not the first time we pull that kind of a
Yeah.
Yeah.
stunt. Let me use the word stunt or whatever. I don't think it's a stunt. I genuinely, I believe that he thought she would find it funny, or she would be comfortable with it, and she probably will be, or she probably is. We don't know fully from her reaction. I don't think she was mad. She didn't show that she was mad in the video.
Yeah.
I think the pastor might have been a bit taken back by
it's
it,
shocking. But
but
then
the
again,
pastor needed to move on. The dude was asking to me, he's like, "Is that all? Are you sure? Like, why?
No, but even his friend,
is the
even
vow for
his
you?
friend said in the
Marrying your
background,
daughter?"
even his friend in the background said, "Come on, Cody." Like, and I think for me, that was what made me have a different reaction to the video because when I first watched it, I was also like, "Why is everybody mad about it? This is their business." Do you get what I mean? Like, that's what it is. But I think, like, going into comments and so on, it seemed as though she had like a very heartfelt vow that she had like prepared and spoken to him. And for me, at the bare minimum, in a situation like that, just say, I will love you forever. Even if like, or like, I promise to be there for you. I promise to support you. Something, I'm just saying, like, use a generic standard thing.
It's not bad enough for that. To be fair, if you pan the camera, if you look at the video, just before they pan to the final stage, she does have a nice ass in the video. So that's probably why he's married.
no, but I think this is
Don't be shocked.
What I will
Do
say.
you think
what
he's
I-
married her for a lot of reasons?
What I will say is this: that like I think I concur with you on. At the very least, we can say he's honest.
He's honest.
Maybe the honesty is not enough for many people, but
It's too
honest.
much.
Like
Or
I
the
would rather you
honesty,
say
or the
that.
honesty is in the, yeah. Go
You
on.
know the funniest thing, right? If that kind of marriage doesn't work out, it won't be. It will probably be because it doesn't. She doesn't give him enough chance to do what he wants to do.
So, but okay, what I wanted to say.
Because clearly
is,
he's a simple man.
I would
Not a
rather-
complicated man at all. All right.
Abi?
I mean, it's not even asking for food.
That-
It's just asking for every chance I get. You know.
So yeah, no, I wanted
Why
to
do
say that I'd
Nigerian men
rather
like
you be.
food? My God.
It's not about liking food or not. It's just one of
Go
the
on.
things that people generally. I feel like if people have issues in marriages, it will probably be like certain things like who's
Sex,
yeah,
money.
sex, money, food. Like who's doing food
No, but I
necessarily,
think
not like
food,
food
food.
as in like the availability of it. It's like
Yeah,
who is cooking it or who's preparing it.
yeah, yeah.
You
I
get
get
my
what you're
point,
saying. Are
right?
you preparing it? Are you not
Exactly. Like,
preparing it?
like imagine your wife doesn't give you home cooked meals, and the first girl invites you over. She does like you're not even cheating. She just doesn't even an invite over. Like she just brings you food, and you taste it, and it's better than everything you've had that whole year. I promise you that will change your opinion on some shit.
How?
I'm just
Wait. Sorry, Biola. I know you want to say something about the Vow video, but I need to ask a
Right.
question, please. And
Go
clearly,
ahead.
I'm screaming because this deserves a scream. How are you surviving as a single man? That to the point that you get married, and all of a sudden, the idea that someone's not bringing you food is like a deal breaker. How are you
no,
alive
no, no.
right
It
now?
has. It's, no, no, no. Listen to what I said. Listen to what I said. He was fine with
Hmm.
it. He doesn't know better. He's okay. Doesn't know better. But I remember there was this thing where I saw this clip, right, where they have like switcheroos, the wife. So there was this white family. The wife went to go to the black family's house.
Okay.
The black wife came to the
Oh,
white
wife
family,
swap.
and they were eating. And the
Yeah.
kid was almost crying. The kid was in tears. Like I've never had food like this. They were suffering. They were suffering. Let me tell you something. That man can't go back. He will go back, but that marriage won't last if she doesn't learn how to cook with seasoning. I'm being honest with you. Let me tell you something. You know what they say? Ignorance is bliss. But the minute the
I
ignorance
don't.
is gone,
Yeah. No. Okay. The thing is, this is comparison is the like bane
like
of
he can't help it. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Do you know why many people? Do you know why like people will set? Do you know people that are set to relationships, right? And
Hmm.
sexually wise, right? Like it's the same thing with the girl that was on a sick bed and be like, I gotta get one of my ex, like I gotta get my ex back. It's always at the back of your mind, even
okay.
if you do it. You know that frustration the day you just go back home, you're really tired, you're really hungry, and she just feeds you that food. Like you know when when you just want to you want to throw away the plate, but you don't want to be ungracious. But you're just sitting there, and all of this thought is coming to your head. I'm just saying,
Okay.
it happens.
I think at the end,
Biola, let's go
what I
back to the video. Yeah.
okay, back to the video. What did everyone is anyway? I wanted to say that I prefer someone who is honest than the other person who says
Mm.
all the best vows. I will be with you, blah 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 blah. And as the marriage ceremony is over, the wedding ceremony is over, he's already texting side chick. Like I would rather you be
I
honest
don't think
than
it happens immediately. I think it takes a while for the
no.
marriage to break down.
There are look. There are people.
Yes,
No, no. This is not even like I watched it. I
yes.
know people who they are like
You know them
for
on what
whatever.
level?
Listen, for whatever reason, for
Mm,
whatever reason,
yeah.
they believe the person they want to marry, they can't
Mm,
marry that person. So they are marrying someone they don't want.
yes.
Or they are not marrying the person they want, and they want to keep that person on the side.
Mm.
It's not like they
So
found
you
out
know them
after.
on a
Yeah, I
personal
know.
level.
I know one person. Yeah,
Birds that
who
flock together. You
There
know
are
he
it.
people like that, Ayo.
I didn't say was friends. He said no.
Damn it! I was hoping to get you there.
But you know
So
what,
yeah.
Bella? You know what? Yeah, I like for me again. I feel like yeah, honesty, best policy. You can make jokes, whatever. But I also feel like there are certain situations where like you shouldn't make your spouse look like an idiot. I think that was that was the sentiment that came out of that video where it seemed as though he made her look like a fool, you know, like it was like because even for the pastor, because it seemed like she had done her vows, which we didn't see, and it would be great to see her vows, and maybe they were like heartfelt or something. Someone put that in the comments, but then when it got to his turn, that was the best he could come up with. It's like that sometimes just matching your partner's energy, especially in situations like that, is a good thing. And if you can't match it, just do your best. Like if I was in a situation where I didn't write my vows, I'm standing here, my husband has just delivered the most heartfelt speech. I think for me, in my head, I will come up, I will say something that comes from the heart. It won't just be like, because to me, also, by the way, I used to date a wedding photographer, like one of the best in the UK. And I'll tell you something that I realized
That
because I
was not,
used to go with him on like
that was not necessary. That wasn't necessary. Are they ranking?
it's
Is there a
okay.
ranking? Is there a ranking? No.
I say this.
Do you have facts to that statement? Do you have facts to that statement? Because Like, no, 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 no. You
I
can't
used
just
to,
be like, oh, I used to be a wedding photographer. You could have left
I
it at that.
say,
Like, one of the
I
best things
say,
is there a rank? Can you show us the ranking
I
that
say
proves that?
this to Ral. I say these things to rile Aya up, and he never fails to bite. So I absolutely love it,
Yes,
which
I
is why I
will
was
get
showing you
proud
my
of
movie
because that's
earlier
some
as
bullshit,
well. But
right?
thank you.
I will get proud of. You don't have proof. You don't have proof. Damn it. Let's not lie to each other.
But I
There's
used
not.
to date. Anyway,
It's not an opinion.
back to
He
my
didn't say in my
story.
opinion. He said facts. Like there's a list. This guy is top 10.
Okay.
Okay? And I'm sure it's not even top. Did he do
I used to,
the royal wedding? Did he do the royal wedding? Did he do the royal wedding? Was it there? No. Okay. He didn't. Clearly, it's not one of the top ones. Okay.
well, how do you
All
know?
right.
How do you know he wasn't there? How do you know he wasn't
Tell us.
there? I haven't
Tell us
said he
now.
wasn't there.
Tell us. Tell us. Was it there?
I
You
don't
can
want
tell
to
us
tell you
now.
because I don't want to expose him. I
Lies.
don't want to expose
It's
him.
fine.
We're
No,
recording.
expose him. Maybe we get more royal weddings. Okay. All right. There's still more families of royal families. All right.
Hopefully, this
Aya,
podcast,
you never
our,
fail
our
to bite.
let's get to the level.
Bruh.
So yeah,
I'm
where
just
we
smashing
can,
your energy. Oh.
where
I'm
we
Aya
just
can,
never
smashing your
fails
where
to
we
energy.
bite.
can,
Okay, so
Smashing
yeah,
your energy.
yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, no. Okay, now let's be serious. So I used to date this wedding photographer, and he like he'd do all these couples, and I think you could also see like from the pre-wedding shots, like which couples where it was like we're getting married because we've been together for so long, and it's just like the right thing to do. And they're not really feeling it like that. And you can tell the couples were like, wow, I'm so glad I found you, because part of the pre wedding shots is such an organized affair, like you stand here, you do this. And for some couples, it's just so like you can see like their energy is like, yes, we want to do this. And there are couples where they just look tired of each other. Like, even from the way they show up, it's like they're just not into it. And for me, it seems like this guy was like one of those, I'm marrying you, isn't it? Like I'm getting married to you. Like, so like we made it this far.
No,
What's
no.
the problem?
Okay. I,
But yeah,
To be
anyway.
fair, though, I was excited in the
I
video
don't think we can jump to that conclusion
because
on
he
this.
sounded very excited. Like if he
Yeah.
wasn't excited, you wouldn't see that. Like he was. He was.
He
I think
sounds
You should
drunk.
see his face.
He sounds
Oh no, what I
drunk.
will say, what I
Now
will say.
you're going foul.
No, what I will
Marriage
say.
photographer become marriage judge. Like I can
No,
tell. She's
no.
like, I can tell from the pre-shoot who's gonna make it or not.
No,
All
what
right?
what I will say is
She should
this.
be on Love is Blind, so you can tell you who's gonna make it or not. You can tell who's gonna make it for the photo shoot, ne?
No. Okay. I think what I will say. I don't think this is opinion. I think it is fact. Is that he comes across as very immature and young.
I don't think it's even immature.
Mm.
I genuinely don't think
He
that's
comes
the
across
biggest
that
issue.
way.
I don't
No,
think
I'm not saying it's an issue. I'm not even saying it's an issue because
immature, maybe, but I don't think it's immaturity that caused that. Because even if it's immaturity, right,
yeah.
Mm.
it would a lot of people would have make a specific like they would have you get my point. They have gotten on his case because this is a wedding. Because his friend was like if his friend is saying that, right, his friend probably
Yeah.
knew ahead of time or probably like thought like he wouldn't do that during that particular day. You get my point,
No,
right?
but they know it's
And
but they know it's something is possible.
yes,
That
and
it's
they
within him.
said, and they asked him. It looked like he wrote it. It didn't look like something that he came up the top of his head in that moment. So he wasn't even trying to. It looked like
That's
this
even
guy
worse.
plotted this kind of thing. It might be worse in your opinion, but he might be thinking to himself,
But
right?
what you're saying, if
Yes.
if
Yes.
he wrote that's what he planned to say,
Yes.
doesn't that show he's immature?
Not necessarily. You might just think like this might be something that she would find funny. Like if it, to you might not understand this. Ne? A lot of couples have a lot of people have like in a relationship, right? Couples have their own language. You get my point,
True.
right? Couples have their own
That's
language,
true.
right? And it's something where for me, the lady's reaction is more important than everybody else's reaction. Everybody else is, we invite you, all right? We could have chosen to keep you off the guest list. We're not doing this for you, we're doing this for us. A lot of people get married for other people rather than for themselves. And in that whole thing, I did not see her get angry once. I'm not saying she laughed or anything like that, but she did not seem like she didn't want to be there. All right. Maybe she wasn't pleased. Maybe she will train her man afterwards. Okay. Maybe they will do after you know that movie, one of my favorite movies of all time.
I don't know your
It,
But I think what I will say, sorry, I cut you.
no, go ahead.
Is that like ultimate for me, the way I see it, I'd rather you have, if I'm not saying you can't have a good wedding ceremony with good vows and a good
Yeah,
marriage,
yeah.
but I'd rather you have a shitty wedding and have a good marriage.
Ooh,
So,
I respect that.
so yeah.
Or better still, everybody should write their own everybody should use basic vows that are in that people be using since the very beginning of time.
No,
All of
no,
you
no.
people
But
with
the
your
problem is this, which shouldn't be a problem, but we human beings we make, like, if she was like, I'm gonna give, like, say, my own vows, right? If he had, in quotes, used the standard
yeah.
vows, people would be like, oh, but she wrote her own vows. That would have been better than probably what he
You
said.
see,
But
there's this, you know that Obey song where the guy was riding a horse with him and his kid.
no, no,
You
people
can't
always
please people. If
people
you write
always talk.
basic, if you do basic
Do
vows,
you?
people
Do
will be
you?
like, "Oh no, they couldn't come up with things for themselves."
People always talk.
If you
So do
do
you?
their own individual vows, and nobody and everybody start crying, they'll be like, "He doesn't love her." Look at what she said. Listen, people, do what makes you happy.
Wait, you know
All
what?
right, move on.
You know what? I agree. I agree with that. And I think again for me, like this couple, I just thought it was interesting because of all the different reactions that it drew. And I was like, could have done better. But even with the basic vows you're talking about, Ayo, and Biola will come to your topic very soon. Even with those, people also have a problem. I don't know if you guys saw the video recently of a woman who was responding to those vows with her husband, and they were like, for richer, for poorer. And she refused to say for poorer.
For worse.
For richer.
For richer.
For poor.
For poorer.
For poor.
For poorer.
For poorer. Yeah. We hit that snag about 20 times in counseling.
For him, I don't think there's a problem. You can just say, hey, you could have done better. This one, there's clearly
There's a problem.
There's a problem.
This is no longer about
Like,
marriage.
he knows he
Why?
cannot be broke.
It cannot be
Life
broke.
cannot happen to him.
Bruh.
If
That's
life
what she
happens to him,
said.
No. If life happens to him, then
Brain goes to very dark places. Okay, so yeah, I just want to point out that this conversation has
when you went to Babalawo,
this.
did you see? It's like, okay, don't worry. Nobody doesn't
I'm
know.
just like, wow. But wait, here's something I want us to be aware of. We have assumed the best of a man who made a joke of his wedding vows and assumed the worst of a woman who refused to say for richer, for poorer, and not assumed that maybe she was also joking. What if she was also being inappropriately funny?
no, we did not assume the best.
We didn't.
We
We didn't assume the best for the man. We
We
just
just
said
said,
But we made
based on her-
excuses for him.
on our reaction.
how did the man react to her not saying?
If it's okay with
If it's
He
okay
was-
with you,
I think he was laughing. I can't remember.
Hey, he's happy.
It's okay.
He knows
knows
the kind
his
of girl
wife.
he's marrying now.
He knows that
his
it's
money-
money
his
that
money
is
that is
keeping.
keeping her
That's
here.
okay.
We're all happy.
What's our own?
Abi?
Can we marry her?
Are we broke?
Oh.
I mean, no, yes, we are. But
Okay,
it's not our problem.
so my last question then, would you prefer to write your own vows or would you prefer, I know Aya is going to say standard vows. Would you prefer to use a mix of standard vows?
You already know. All right. If you don't know what marriage entails, go find vows somewhere else. Because, like, I'm just joking. Let's do basic.
So
the one that
you
Pastor
would-
read for us. We both read it at the same time.
Okay, so you wouldn't read anything for yourself. You know, some people do both the basic and they say their own vows.
And now you're just doing too much. Pick one.
So some people did it too.
We are going to be out there.
Ayo, let me blow your mind. There was a guy, I think he's British. He was dating a Korean lady and he learned Korean so that he could give a speech at the reception in Korean to her family.
It'd be cute for me to learn a few words in Korean to sprinkle into my speech. But I looked at the Korean alphabet and I realized it wasn't going to be the easy task that I had hoped. So please forgive me for how much I will butcher this. 소희 씨 가족분들께 제가 정령을 표하기 위해서 한국어 수업을 몰래 두고 이제 드디어 한국어를 할 수 있게 되었습니다.
That's not what keeps a marriage. It's not the vow.
But it shows the
it
level
does
of commitment he has.
Yeah, and people have been more committed to things. And it's still, do you think? Did you think that people
no,
were not committed to
but
feel
no. What I
commitment?
was okay. One, I'm not saying this to say that it's not good what he did. It is good, but that doesn't mean
It's
she can't
fantastic.
leave him.
And then
Of course she can, but okay. Also, I have a question. Why is everybody always waiting for the worst possible outcome and basing their
No, no, no,
decisions
no,
on
no,
that?
no, no, no,
Like you,
no, we
no,
just if you're gonna raise the bar this high, it doesn't guarantee you nothing. I'm just saying
It
because
but
you
like
raise
read
it.
your
Okay,
no, no, no.
no
Okay, so
because you read it in Korean
this is the
doesn't mean
thing.
your marriage will survive.
This is the thing for me, right? And this is just
hmm
for me as a person. A lot of people put so
On
much
the day,
on that day.
so much
So
emphasis.
they want the day like why he did that. If he did it because I want to show my wife and my family I really care, that's good. But if he did it to, you know what, I want it to this day to look this way to show that I am this kind of person. That's not a good sign. So why you do things matters at the end. A lot of people they
yes,
focus too
I
much.
think
There's
for
you.
me,
Also,
Sorry
also
for
another
cut.
thing is
Sorry,
that
I don't say
another thing
this.
is that level of commitment, unless you can keep it up, don't do it. Don't bother. Let's not lie to each other. Are you going to be learning? Are you going to no? Like, listen. That's unrealistic. All right. Maybe it is for him. I am. If it is for him, kudos. And the girl will also have to. Now imagine you go to that all that extent. Now you also have to. Now your girlfriend now also or your wife now also have to meet you if you keep doing raising the bar every time.
No, I don't.
Because
No, no.
no,
Okay,
no.
this is
You
what
get
I
my
was
point, right?
saying. Raising the bar is not a bad thing.
No, it's not.
But if you raise the bar, you know you are raising the bar, and
Yeah.
then you now look down on your person for
He's
not
not looking down.
put.
It's
No,
just
no, I'm not. No, if he's not looking down, then it's fine. It's just I want to. This is how I want to show my
you are
love.
thinking
I
about
don't
it
have a
from the
problem that
perspective
way.
of the guy alone. The girl himself will start feeling incompetent also.
She no, that's that.
why
She
would
doesn't
she be
have
feeling
to.
incompetent?
She does, she might not.
But she
But
might
imagine
not.
somebody learning Korean specifically just for the vow. Then next thing you don't know what he will do next. What if he now takes a bullet for you, but now he can't walk? Will you now stay there? He can't walk. He can't use his day. Will you now stay there for the whole marriage because he took a bullet for you? Nonsense, guys. Let's move on.
Anyway, I think
People have died
for me,
and people have
what
moved
I
on.
want to say
I'm
is,
just telling you that
at
don't
the
take bullets.
at the end of it all, what I want to say is
You're not Neo. You're not the Matrix. All right.
okay. I think your original question was vow or standard, right? Me,
Yeah.
Would you learn Korean?
no, I wouldn't.
You see, this is my guy. Marriage will work with him because he set realistic
This
expectations.
is the thing. Like
All right.
I'm not saying I can't learn. If my partner's parents, maybe for example, it's even if it's Zulu or I don't know Serbian, whatever the language may be, I can decide to learn the language so that I can integrate with the family. Right? I'm
You
not
see,
saying
Yeah.
that's
it's
one
bad.
I value more
I can
than
do
doing a
that,
proposal.
but like I would not set a target of I have to do it by the wedding day. If by the wedding day it's there, fine, I will drop in some things. But if I have not, I have not. I won't put that.
Also, all of these
That's what
people
I
that
was
are
saying.
crying in wedding days, why are you crying? Why are you crying? Why?
Some people, you know
It's never seen.
what? I lived with this one chick. I lived with this one chick who told me that she was weeping while she was walking down the aisle, and people thought that she was so happy.
Why?
But it was because that morning she had walked in on her husband sleeping with her friend. Like she had
You
walked
see
in on
now.
both of them, and she was weeping. I was so shook, and she had twins with him, and then they got divorced. She had twin boys with him.
You see, I'm sure he probably gave a very nice vow. He didn't talk about her booty because he probably didn't like it. I like the friends one more.
He may have liked it, but just that he doesn't
He
like
still
one.
like the
He
first
likes
one.
many.
It doesn't matter. The first one was better because if you can't wait, if you have to do it that same day, just like you like what you like, isn't it?
No, but what again?
Was
as a person,
was it your photographer that took it? In you? Just saying. Maybe you couldn't see that it wasn't going to work out.
no, but wait. If you are, okay, now this is just on the side. If you are the photographer, yeah, and you are imagine you have this reputation of being one of the best in the UK, of course, and then you working on
I
one of
put
the
that
small.
into rile Ayo up. Oh my god. I said that to rile
That's
Ayo
fine.
up.
That's fine. It doesn't matter.
Now,
It's in now. It's in.
you can't take it
Is
back.
this hypothetical?
Now, this
Yeah.
guy will be there in UK like they
At the,
expect. for me. Unrealistic expectations.
And then you walk in on one of the spouses before the wedding doing shenanigans. Will you tell the other person?
Is that why they called you?
So, so answer now. Answer.
The most you can do is take a picture of it and let them see after the wedding. Let them see after the wedding. The most you can do.
No,
But what?
No,
You see, you're married. What if they were in an open
No,
relationship?
This is the thing.
Now you're going to cause a
Wait,
problem.
who is paying?
It doesn't matter.
No, wait. Who is paying?
It doesn't matter.
If it is the guy paying, if it is the guy who is cheating and is paying,
Yeah.
I will wait till after. Yeah, I want my money.
No, even if it's the girl, because guess what? If you tell her the marriage is off, you can't even get paid for the wedding photograph.
So
It's not your job now.
So to get paid, you
Is
just
it your
wait.
job? Is it your job? Did they call you here for that?
Yes.
The best you can do is to take a picture and then put them after. Not blackmail, not blackmail. Why are you-
So you're the photographer, right?
Yes.
And then you
What would
walk
you do?
in.
I wouldn't tell it.
On the bride.
I wouldn't tell anyone.
Exactly.
I wouldn't tell
Exactly.
anyone
It's not your job.
because here's.
Take a
Do you know
picture.
what? Do you know what? It's not. It's not even a matter of whether or not it's my job. It's just on wedding days, people make decisions based on factors that are not necessarily in their own best interest. People make decisions based on our family has already gathered here. We've already spent all this money. They will make a decision and go ahead, and you will become the evil person. You become the evil. Imagine being at a Nigerian wedding. Imagine being at a religious Nigerian person's wedding, and you walk in on the husband cheating, and you go and tell the wife. You will be the testimony on Thanksgiving Sunday that the devil tried to sow little foxes in our marriage from the beginning, but our God is great. I don't think you understand. I would no. I would never. I would never.
Like,
I would never.
take
For
your
me, it's just
money
like,
and-
oops.
yeah.
It will be a gist for my friends.
Yeah.
You can say it
take money and
after
pay.
they pay you and be like, hey, thank you for the
It will
payment.
be like I will get
Wait,
home. Never,
No, I will say it.
never. I
We will
would
say-
never say a
we will say
word.
it.
I
After
would
they pay me, I
never.
will say it.
No.
Are you
Nope. It's not my
I like
business.
drama now.
It's not my
Yeah,
business.
and then I will
You know, even if
Then I will post the wedding. I will post. I will post the what's his name, the oaths. I'll be like, look at how well this oath is, but it was fucking the bridesmaid. You know, I'm just saying.
No, it's
You know, even
Hey, man,
if-
it's more interesting.
even if the wife were to come to me and say, "Oh, so you found out my husband was doing this and you didn't tell me," I will quote a Bible verse for her. Aspire to live a quiet life and mind your business. Literally is how I live my life. How do you think I look so good at this point in my life?
Wait.
I
don't
mind
think
my
that's
damn business.
I don't think that's the
It's my
context,
business too.
but-
Now
but
I took the
okay.
picture and I sent you all of the pictures that
I
I took.
want-
I even edited. Yes,
I want to-
all have. In case they want to start an OnlyFans, they have pictures to start with. I'm just saying, it was a great picture. It was. Imagine if she was in the suit and that one was in the bridesmaid. Like you can imagine that title on Pornhub. I'm just saying.
Anyways,
Fiala, to your actual topic.
no. At this point,
It's too late. Let us keep
yeah,
going
we,
with
we
the
just have
wedding
to. Any other stories? Any
It's too
other?
late.
Any other? Okay.
And
Okay.
then
This is another one. This is
She has
another one.
experience. Any other marriage stories from your
No.
photography days?
Okay, so this one, I think this is straightforward. But like when we're talking about like emphasis on the wedding day rather than the marriage,
Yeah.
this is a family friend that I know very closely.
Yes.
And the let's say the big brother in that family, not
Yeah.
my family per se, he was like, there are two options. I either I give you money for business after, like for the marriage ish, or I spend all the money that I want to invest in a business for you in the wedding. And it was a sister that was getting married, and she said she wants a big wedding, and it was big. Trust me, it was big. And after that, imagine living. I think they rented a Rolls Royce to drive, and then going home they had to take taxi home.
It's not my problem.
Right?
She picked
And
what
then
she
he said, and then she went back to him to say, I want money. And he's like, no, I told you to pick, and you picked. So
Okay.
I know this is probably like a bad example.
Let me say
but
what I said. My issue with the whole thing was he went back. I don't mind you picking your wedding. Let me tell you something. We don't know what's important to people. What if you give her the money for the
Yeah.
business
Wait,
failed
wait.
and the business failed? Okay. So there's one. That's one thing.
No,
The wedding was a success. She can show that even if the marriage is not a success, the wedding was a success. All right. Maybe she should be a wedding planner.
She has
After
something to show for the money she spent.
Exactly. Imagine. Let me tell you something. Everything in our friend group, we never have a Rolls Royce in their marriage. All right.
Exactly.
There are something she can think about.
She set
Now,
the
if you
bar.
exactly. Now all of our friends are jealous.
Okay.
And by the way,
Let me not make this a what I call it. Like
yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
It is my way. It doesn't make sense to borrow money, for example, or spend money you don't. In my opinion, to spend money you don't have on a wedding day. That's just.
But
my
Nigerians
opinion.
do that all the time. I think we just don't realize that we do that. Do you know why? Because our families support us when we are getting married. So, like, for example, when you're getting married and you go tell your auntie you're getting married, you don't have the money for a wedding, but they will give you like 500K somewhere, right? And you'll be like,
I
that's
still.
money for the hall. It's not your money. You don't have the money.
That's a rich auntie.
No.
What?
Just dashing money for no
If
reason.
no, nah, that's a standard Nigerian thing.
The problem
To be
isn't the
honest.
standard Nigerian thing; it's the amount. Just take 500K for fun.
No, it's not even like actually.
500K
aunties
for a
give you
wedding
like
is small.
married.
Yeah, I probably have an uncle. I definitely have an
I
uncle.
didn't say you don't.
No,
I didn't mention uncle. I mentioned auntie.
it's the same.
Do you have an auntie that
What
will
does
give you
it
500K?
matter?
You say,
What
My
does it matter?
They spend their whole
My
wedding
mom-
from
no,
their husband on the
no,
wedding
my
day. The
mom-
mother doesn't have a business.
my mom is the only girl.
Okay.
I'm not expecting as it stands. I'm
You
not
have a
really
sister.
expecting. My sister is not my auntie now.
But you said the
What
only
I-
girl. You used the word
I
girl.
said my mom
Yeah.
is the only
So
girl, so,
with
I
your
don't have
sister-
any.
Let's
Let's-
please move on. Ayo, with your weird questions, let's go on.
Yes.
Do you see? Do
I
you
see
see?
it. It doesn't. It's not going to stop me from this particular one. Though.
It doesn't make sense now. I don't have
By the
an
way,
auntie.
your uncle's wife. What are they?
If anyone will give, they're my aunties, but it's the
Exactly.
uncles that will give me money because that's the relation now.
Because your aunties do not.
Are you now saying women don't have money to give? Is that what
No.
you're saying? No. That's what you're trying to. Is that what you're trying to say? So just
Look at
hold
that.
that.
Like,
Take
make
that
your
image.
put your money where your face is. Don't come and run do more screen.
No, but it's you're right about it.
I spent
Nigerian
all my
thing.
money furnishing my house.
Let us see it now. Show us.
No, no. I'm not ready
Why-
for this
why-
episode of Cribs.
Hey, imagine you spend all this money on us, but you can't show.
Why
And
do- it's
imagine
a
if you spend all this money on weddings, people will show.
No, but anyway, back to the.
I'm
main
just saying your
topic.
investment is not panning out.
Please, people don't spend money you don't have on your wedding. That's my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong.
Why are you begging people?
You know what?
It's
I was going to
Spend
say,
your
Biola,
money
you know what? I was like, for me, I feel like that's not advice you can give people. Like, people should spend
not,
their money
yeah.
whichever way they want, but they shouldn't make it other people's problems if they can't
Exactly.
survive
Okay.
afterwards. That's what my own thing
When
is.
it comes,
if you borrow money,
Thank
it's
you.
not
Yeah,
other
like-
people's problem. If you borrow money, it's still your
Yeah,
problem.
but don't make your problem my problem.
How is it making you your problem?
No, when people come and say I'm broke
And then
and they ask me for money and they make it seem like it's bad if I don't give them.
if you don't give them, it's not your problem now.
Oh,
if you
that's
give them,
it.
that's a different situation. Listen, let me tell you, people, if you borrow money, all right, let me give you an advice. If the person here is trying to kill you, borrow money from the person here to pay this person here, and then when it's time, borrow person from another person to pay. It's just to do that cycle, all right? If you, as long as you can find people to borrow you money, do it. Right? Let me give you an advice. People do this in business all the time. America owes China money. As I'm talking right now, America owes China money, all right? But America is wetter than China. Do you see how these things work? All right? Do not let if you want to spend money on your wedding day, go ahead. Don't let Bella stop you. All right? And what does
exactly.
Bella
Don't
do?
let Biola get in your way of. Don't let Biola get in your way of living an ostentatious life. Please go for it. Be as ostentatious and showy as possible. Huh?
Yes.
What?
Don't use such words because it makes them feel guilty. Just be like, live your life, all right? Don't be like, yes, show you life, okay? Don't make it seem like such a bad idea. It's just their life, okay? It's their lifestyle, right?
To each.
I mean,
You wear
I
shame.
I wouldn't wear a gold chain.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Now, it's everybody that's wearing negotiation, living a terrible life.
No.
Exactly.
Let
people
wait,
borrow
wait,
money.
No, wait. If you have the money, spend
What?
it. I never said don't spend money.
If you borrow it, also spend it.
Okay. To each their own.
Yes.
It's fine.
That's what I don't know
Whatever,
if
like,
I
at the
would
end,
spend
whatever makes you
like I
happy. So
want
it's cool.
yeah, whatever makes you happy. I want like a very elegant wedding, a very elegant, well put together wedding, but I don't want it to be big because I
Are you
don't
hearing?
like having
Ele-
gatherings where I don't know
Do
people.
you know how how expensive elegant is?
Do I
But
know
she said
what?
she doesn't want it big.
Big is not doesn't. Do you know that the
But
elegance is expensive?
elegance does not mean it has to be expensive. It doesn't.
My guy, she's the type of a
It could be
person,
simple
and
and elegant.
I'm judging you here. This is the kind of person that I feel like up to the plate, she will care what type of plate she uses
It
at the
doesn't
wedding.
still mean it's expensive.
I didn't. So I'm not saying it is the most expensive, but
No,
it
no,
can
we're
be.
not saying most. You see,
Also,
don't
because
change my.
elegant can be cheap. Actually, elegant can be cheap.
Elegance can be cheap.
No, elegant can be cheap. It can be moderate. It can be cheap.
It can be cheap.
It can be moderate. It can be. Let me tell you something.
Oh my
It can be
god.
cheap. It can even be free. Yes, now.
Like I would happily get married on a ranch, right?
But in an
With
elegant
50
way.
guests
Yes, but
in
well
an
put
elegant
together.
way, but I would not have a cake that's iced out. You know how people have cakes and then like there's the icing, like I would have a naked
A lot of
cake.
people do that. Elegance is really cost, like is in the showy things. It's not necessarily in the showy things though. It's in other things, like in terms of that can still cost you money. That can still cost you money. All right. Let me tell you something. The band that she's getting married in, she's not getting married with the cows and the things in the stable. All right. They've cleaned that band. All right. I'm sure that the chairs are sparkling white. Right. Don't let her lie to you. They're not
I
using band
didn't
chairs.
say I'll get
She's not
married in a
sitting. I
barn
guess I'm not
though.
sitting on straw. I guess I'm not sitting on straw. You
See,
can tell her
who
that I'm
says it
laughing.
may be a main job?
I didn't say I'm getting
Just Christ
married.
main job.
Even guess who found Christ? The three wise
I
men,
didn't
I
say I'm
guess they
getting
came with gifts. That's
wait.
elegance, man.
Ex-
Okay.
excuse me. Excuse me. I didn't say I'm getting married in a barn. I said I would happily get married on a ranch. It's not the same. Like you can be on a ranch
You
but
know,
not
yeah,
in a
yeah.
barn.
She's like,
Like
not
what's the
about
point?
like, listen to me. My elegance knows levels. Like, not in a band, on a ranch, okay? On an expensively rent out ranch, okay? I don't want to smell no cow shit in but it must be detoxed before I come onto this ranch, okay?
Okay.
All
No,
right?
no, but no, I'm just saying elegant
By the way,
doesn't necessarily mean
our
expensive.
elegance means expensive. By the way, I'm guessing that the food that is curated for that event, it's not just any meal, right? All right, it's not just any meal. I'm guessing you have a meal in mind. All
Mm,
right, there's vegetarian
because no, I
for
don't
your
have a meal
vegetarian
in
friend.
mind. Yeah, of course, my
Yes, but I'm
vegetarian
not serving
friends will have options.
tacos. Are you?
Who says she might?
No, so you know
Are you
what? I
serving
know
them
my vegan friends. Am I serving them what?
tacos?
I didn't. Why would I serve them tacos? As for like for dinner or for lunch?
Yes, for whatever during the
Why
wedding.
would like how would they eat tacos at a wedding? Like all dressed up.
It's
No,
about
she
how.
doesn't want. No, again, she wants a full meal or a proper meal.
Yes, a tacos is a proper meal. People eat it
Oh
for
my
dinner.
god.
Isn't
Excuse
tacos
me.
filling?
Which people? It's filling, but it's not for a wedding.
Sure,
Oh my god.
Not for a
Sure,
wedding now.
sure, it's the elegance. But I'm trying to bring out the elegance to see.
No, no, but
Are you telling me that people have not served tacos before at a wedding in the history of the
Those are
universe?
those people, not those are those people, not me.
no, no,
Those
no.
are
But
those
that's a
people.
terrible
It
example
doesn't
to
fit
use.
my
That's no.
elegance aesthetics that I'm going for.
That's a terrible example to use. Though.
She's saying
Yeah,
those are
because
the
for some
people
people,
that do.
tacos is their food. I'm Nigerian. Imagine my
I want to
Nigerian
ask,
parents eating tacos.
like, unless she's getting married to a Mexican, and even that,
Exactly.
You marry a Mexican,
I'd marry
and his
anybody if I
parents,
like them.
you Nigerian. Ne,
This is my
eh?
answer. This is
Ew,
my
that's a
answer.
so you can't like a Nigerian. She said I will marry
I
anybody that I
can.
like. So you will marry him.
him.
I'm assuming. She
Who
said
is
she doesn't
him?
flow that way. The Nigerian, you like him.
It's hard to like
Ah,
him.
But you
Romantically.
ah don't let
Romantically, as
her
friends.
Yellow. Only yellow.
Do you know why? Okay, you know what? Let me share a vulnerable confession with you guys. Let me
Let me. If you hear, you know how you hear, if I know that it was impressed in your spirit, you hear divine voice, you hear the voice of Jesus tell you this
Nah,
Nigerian is your
you can't hear the
husband.
voice of Jesus from YouTube, my guy. Let's not lie to each other.
No,
Okay.
wait, no. I'm just saying, this your dislike for Nigerians, is it that deep? Will you just tell Jesus, no, this is
wait.
not the voice of God. Satan
let
get it
me let
behind
me
me.
explain
No, go
let me explain something to you, like seriously, no jokes. Let me explain to you why it's hard. So like my experience with Nigerian men, I haven't, like, I left Nigeria when I was really young. I finished high school in South Africa, like you guys know my story.
And then you went to
um
Cambridge. I'm just put. Actually, was
you
telling
were
her
the
a
one
life
who brought
story.
that up.
Continue. I
Thank goodness.
was telling her a life story. That's
Okay.
like I go.
um
I,
but what I realized, what I realized is that with the average Nigerian guy, like when I meet them, they either expect me to be very Nigerian, right? Like to be very traditional. You know how like it's like, yeah, you wake up in the morning, you're doing one or two things by 5 a.m. as a woman, you're like cooking, and I'm not that person. Even though I love cooking, I don't want someone to like be with me because I'm cooking for them, if you catch my drift. Like I will happily cook. Do you understand what I mean? But I don't want it to be an expectation. And I find that they expect, if you're Nigerian.
what if it's his favorite things about? What if it's one of his favorite things about you?
But that's the thing. Like it can be your favorite thing, but it's not an expectation. It shouldn't be an expectation. And but the problem I have is it becomes an expectation. It's like, and when I'm like, oh, I do enjoy cooking, but I don't cook every day. I get things like, ah, you're not Nigerian. You this fake Nigerian, and that thing really gets to me. I don't like it because I'm like, because it's basically like a comparison. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
Yeah.
I hear you, but can I
Yeah.
talk for a
Yeah.
second, right? Let's say, let's say you met a guy. Don't worry, it can be British, it can be French, it can be Mexican. Probably not gonna happen. It can be Asian, also not probably not gonna happen. But let's say it's all of them
Yeah,
combined.
she likes
She
Korean.
she gets she won't marry one. She, you think she will marry a Korean? Yes,
I
would
don't
you
know.
marry a
Like I
Korean?
marry whatever I like. I would marry whatever
Except
I
for Nigerians.
like.
But anyway, I was giving you a question. Let's say you started dating this guy, and one of the things that you liked about him is the fact that he's dependable. Like he's the kind of a guy that will take that will wash your car during the weekend, fill up your tank, do all of these things before you ask, right? Don't you think that after a little while that becomes an expectation? It becomes like you're not doing it on
Yes, it
purpose,
can.
but it's just like
Yeah.
he has built up this level of like depend like you these are the things you were doing when you were by yourself, but now you've it has taken that thing off your hand that you have become dependent on it, right? So you get a point, right? It
Yes,
doesn't
I
have to be, it
agree. Yeah,
has become
no.
a life. Yeah, so now he wants your food. You must wake up at 5. It's
No,
okay.
wait. Mm-mm. This is what I don't see now. This line of argument is what I don't like about dating Nigerian men. The idea of I'm doing this for you and then you should be cooking for me. I hate it. This is one
I
of the
didn't say that.
reasons. Because
That
if
was
you wait, no, 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 you said so. Now he wants your food. He's filling up your car.
no.
He's doing
I'm
all
saying
that. So
that
now he wants your
I'm
food. And in
saying
my
if you
head, wait,
okay,
Ayo, let me tell you how my own brain is working. Let me tell you how my own
Okay.
brain assesses this kind of thing. In my head,
Yes.
I'm like, if that's the price you're expecting, leave the car. I'll take it back. I'll keep doing it again. Because I don't make it an expectation. It's not that I don't care about you.
You've not said it because
no,
you ended it with
oh, let me
no.
rephrase.
So
I didn't. I'm saying you is you in this situation. You been cooking for him, and he has been like. There's only been one cook in the house. Maybe because he can cook, or maybe because you are just that.
really, is that what you want? I thought anyway. Continue.
Yeah, I'm saying that he has now become dependent on her cooking, like on her meals. Like he loves, like you get a point, right?
No,
Is that kind of a situation
okay.
with
No,
a
wait,
car?
wait, wait.
Like
No,
she has become
no,
dependent
wait,
on
wait. This is
him.
what I will say.
Yes,
If she used to cook at 5 a.m. before,
yes.
and then she stops,
Yes,
it is okay for him to ask what's wrong.
exactly.
But if she never did it before, and then
Yes,
he's now expecting it,
you won't just
expecting
expect
it,
out of nowhere. Also,
I think that is where she's coming from. That
no, no, no.
many
She's
Nigerian
That's
men
where
feel
I'm coming from. That's
that's
where
she's
I'm
coming.
coming from. That based on my identity, there are things that are expected of me as a Nigerian woman that the same Nigerian man would not expect of a woman who is not Nigerian. Just so,
okay.
like, Nigerian men will meet me and they're like, "Oh, you're a Nigerian girl," and then I start getting text messages like, "When can I come and eat in your house?" And I'm like, I don't understand. Would you like, do you text that to white women when you meet them? Do you also text them, when can I come and eat in your house? Like, you don't, because you're like, oh, I can only do I don't like that.
But I feel like I have.
I haven't. Why
To
would I?
to
I
non-Nigeria, I wouldn't go though. But I would say something like that. But it probably wouldn't be food. But it doesn't matter. Point is,
no.
it's a flirting tactic. It doesn't really want the food. It wants to be at your house. But besides the point, if you get that kind of a text, that's what they're trying to. That's what they're trying to do. It's not the food. They just want to be at your place alone with you.
I I
Uh,
get that. I
with
hear
regard
you,
to
but I think what you're missing is that there are expectations that they tie to identity that I am unable to fulfill because
no,
I
I agree with
haven't
you. No,
grown
I
up
agree.
with
Yes.
that culture
There's
embedded in
there's
me.
a
So
belief,
I struggle
or
with
No,
Nigerian
what
men.
is what,
no.
so they don't expect it of other nationalities, but if
Yeah.
you are Nigerian, they expect that. Why
No,
are you deviating from what we expect of
I agree with
that?
you. I'm not disputing what you
What's
That's
the
said. I agree
norm?
with you. I'm not I
Yeah,
agree with you.
no, but not everyone is like that
Yeah.
at the end.
She doesn't care. Okay, she won't
I
marry Nigeria.
know.
Listen, we know. We are just playing with.
No, she has agreed. Even if
Bruh,
the
bruh,
Lord God
bruh,
sends with
bruh,
thunder and lightning,
bruh,
cuckoo.
bruh.
I just
This is the
And this man
she's
is
just
even a chef. And this
she,
man is even a
she's
chef
like
and is
she's like
willing to cook for her at 5 a.m. She still doesn't care. She will
she's
marry
like
the guy.
no,
We know.
I don't
We
want.
know. She
So
would
it's
rather
okay.
take
I
the
just
taco
said I
wedding than
struggle.
marry
I
the
did
guy.
not
It's okay.
I did
Tell your
not
taco
say
wife.
no or yes. I just said I struggle a lot with these men. I struggle a
Yes.
lot. Like I
Let
told
me
you
tell
about the
you,
other
Somebody can
Nigerian guy who tried. I told you about Nigerian
can I
guy who
say
tried to embarrass me at a party, right? Because I was speaking and
yes.
he
yeah.
was like, "Why is this one speaking like this?" Doesn't That's my experience with Nigerian men. Like, where it's like, "Why are you talking like this?" Or "Do you
Well,
think you're better
can
than
I say
me?"
something?
Like, it's too
Oh,
much.
I can't say this. I know it's. Let me ask a question. Are you focusing on the negatives? But I want to believe there are good things that Nigerian guys have done also. Are you focusing on the negatives and
Yeah,
not
I'm
positives?
not. mm, I'm not focusing on the negative per se. I think the problem I have with the negatives is that there are things that attack me as a person. They're not things
Oh,
that maybe this guy is irritating, like maybe he, I don't know, does something funny around the house. That's a different story. It's more like they're making it seem like there's a problem with me because I'm not acting like a proper Nigerian woman, which is
Sorry, is this
basically like
that you're
hyper
saying?
religious, hyper submissive vibe thing that they have in
Have
their
you never
head
dated a
as the
Nigerian guy
expectation.
that ended because you guys just couldn't make it work? That has nothing to do with him attacking you based on who you or based on your nationality or who you are. Have you never dated a Nigerian guy that just ended based on like he couldn't proceed because of like maybe you moved away or maybe he just couldn't perform in bed?
no,
You
but
never know.
I dated one who decided to marry somebody else. Like, it wasn't an attack on my personality per se, but
Probably the cooking.
you know,
I was joking. I was joking. I was joking. It was the cheese and the crackers. But let's ignore it. It was a joke. It's
isn't that
fine.
the PhD guy? Okay, no.
yeah.
The chicken and the crackers. It was the chicks and the crackers. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's not you. It was him.
It's him.
It's him.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not
I
you.
like your cheese and crackers. Don't worry. I like it.
And Wamzobo.
And warms up, yeah. I don't know
But
what that is, but it's okay.
it's not.
We
No,
like
no.
it.
But anyways, I
Stay
hear you.
strong.
And it also go. The thing is what you're saying also goes cuts the other way. There are certain expectations generally that
It's not even Nigerian
Nigerian
women.
women.
It's women
Now
across the
the
world.
problem
It's
is
women across the world.
it is not just Nigerian
Bruh,
women. It is
Me
once
and,
a year you are Nigerian. There's just
me and
certain.
Tosi went to a photo shoot. Yeah, it's not even
They
Nigerian, it's
want the
even men.
reason.
Photo, yeah, just went to a photo shoot. And there were these women, there was a particular one, talking about how I want to date Nigerian men.
And
Like
and it's
on the first date, you brought her like 10,000 and guinea, just as for her to just like guinea.
so
And,
there's
and then somebody, I didn't say shit too, but there was a woman there, a Nigerian woman. She came up to me and said she spoke to me. Like, oh, she was like, oh, so you're Nigerian too? I'm like, yes. I said, are you Igbo? I'm like, no, I'm Yoruba. I'm like, oh, so do you have money? I'm like, no, I don't have money. I'm not the person you're looking for. Good luck.
good luck.
Let me tell you
So
something.
that we also have
It's
that
vice
too.
versa.
It's vice versa
It's
too.
even
Yeah.
And
worse.
it's
Yeah.
worse because
Because
it's not the
and you
Nigerian
know,
women. It's
a lot of
everybody.
people don't date. A lot of people outside of Nigeria don't date Nigerian women. I'm not like in comparison to Nigerian men. You can't compare. They compare the dating outside of your thing is very low for Nigerian women. You guys like
Yeah,
the
they
Nigerian.
prefer Nigerian men. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
again,
So it's worse for like
they
people
work
have
together.
greater expectations, right? People, you see that bouquet of flower that you reject, bouquet of men that you rejected. People be expecting that in the streets out here. Okay, stop rejecting bouquet of money. I'm joking. Continue.
So yeah,
Oh my
that's
gosh.
the
Yeah, I
same
feel
thing.
like for me, I
It's,
feel like what's most important in a relationship is for someone to see you as an individual and to respect your individuality, even if you come from a certain place. Like if I was dating a Nigerian man, I don't think I'd have the expectation of like he's gonna send me a money bouquet, which I hate anyway. So like you catch my drift. Like I'm seeing him as who he is. But my experience with Nigerian men is they don't see me as who I am. They're seeing me as another Nigerian woman. Let me tell you guys a story
Hey,
before you
story
ask a
time.
question, Aya, let me just tell you this quick
Story
story.
time. I'm ready.
So I
I'm
met
ready.
there's this Nigerian guy. I met him on Twitter. Not that we met per se, but I just noticed he moved to Canada before I did. So I'd like reach out to him to ask him questions like, how did you like settle in, find a place, all that jazz. And then eventually during the summer this year, he was like, "Oh, let's meet up at like in town." So I was like, "Yeah, sure. It would be nice to at least meet somebody." I was still new in Canada then, so I went and met him in town. We had a nice conversation and everything, and then we were talking about food. And I was like, "Oh, I love Indian food, and there's a nice Indian restaurant very close to my house." And he said, "Oh, where he lives is about 30 minutes out from the center of the city." So I was like, oh, whenever you're in town again, he has a younger sister. It's like, whenever you're in town again, even if you're your sister, you guys can come to my house. I'll order some food for us and we'll chill. So he did come. I ordered the food, but it was just him. We just sat, we chatted, nothing hectic, just chatting, right? Then he told me if there's any event happening in downtown, because I live very close to downtown, let me know so that because I want to spend more time outside now that it's summer. Just like newsflash, in Canada, when it's winter, like people hibernate a lot. So you hardly see people outside. Yeah. But during summer, everybody comes out. So like he was trying to make the most of his summer. So I said, okay, cool. So I found an event and I sent him a message and said, oh, there's this event happening. And it's like, it has a black component to it, like African type vibe. So I was like, it's happening. I'm not going to be there, but if you want to go, like, there it is. Um, he then sent me a message and was like, oh, great. I don't think I want to drive back home. So can I sleep over at your house?
You see, his dating thing. She didn't get it.
How, how is this
this is just
dating?
this is a
That's
misunderstanding.
not.
This one is on
This
you.
is just a
Wait, wait. So I was like, no. Then he responds and says,
She was like,
Wait,
as
let her finish the
in, the
story.
audacity of the question is still hitting her even till
But even
now.
to now, go on.
But
You
continue.
said no.
Yeah.
then he says, oh. Then he was like, oh, I see you like your space. And in my head, I was like, this is not even about liking my space. Like, so because you've been to my house one time, that means you can just come and sleep over. Like, is that how it works? I don't understand.
That's not why I got rejected. It's not you. You see, that's the problem. You don't understand. This man shot his shot
Then
with the first date. It's for the second date. You did not get
it
it.
wasn't a date though. No, I think this is,
He's
see
not.
now, this is where there's a problem. Wait.
But I have my thoughts, but yeah.
So
So you
anyway,
said
so
no. You said
then he sent me,
not
I said
like your
no. Then he
space,
was
yeah.
like, "Oh, I see you like your space." And then I was like, "I guess so." And then he said, "Well, I'm someone who likes I like jumping stages. Like, in project management, there are things like forming and storming. And so I skip the forming and I go to the storming." And I was like, "What the hell is this?" So that, and then basically like that was just, but here's the thing. This is where I guess there's a misunderstanding in terms of like how we perceive culture. If Biola asks me, Demi lets me up in town, I don't take it as a date because I just see it as a friend I've just met. It's not a date. You and I have never had any conversation. We don't call each other. We don't talk. Nothing. It was just a matter of.
I agree with her on this one. Like, if you like somebody,
Let me tell you
the
something.
bare minimum is
Let me
to
tell you
say
something.
it.
Let me tell you something.
That's the bare minimum.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell both of you something. He knows it. He just doesn't want to admit it for this scenario.
Wow.
The very first launch, whatever thing you guys went to, that was a friendship slash who knows what the fuck could happen. All right? The minute he sat down and spoke to you and talked to you, and you guys had like a nice, warm conversation, right? The minute you guys start setting up, meeting up again, whether it was a fixed date or not, that right there is second date. To you, it might be friendship. To him,
Ayo.
it's like whether it's that is a date kind of a thing.
Ayo. See, this is the thing. There's understanding what happened, right? And I'm not saying I don't understand, but there's also how you should do things.
Bella,
If you like somebody,
Bella, I've known you for many years now.
you wait. Okay, I want to
Yes.
actually.
Yes.
What do you want to say?
Be patient.
Please,
I've known you
just
for many years.
Say
now.
what you
How many
want
years
to say.
have I known you?
A couple of many years.
Many years now.
I want
Bella,
to hear
how
what
many
you
times have you gone on launch things or go out with your girlfriends multiple times? Even while she was here in SA, how many times have you guys gone out on launch things in the space of the summer? 3 times or twice. Have you guys gone out to go eat or to go chill out? Not like hang out with other people. Just
Nah,
you two
wait.
alone. Go out to go eat several times.
Look, I have friends.
Yes, and do you go out to them? Girlfriends or not guy friends?
Yes, I have friends that are girls.
Yes.
If that's what you're asking.
I know.
And we go and hang out. Yes.
You go out to restaurants and go eat.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
How many times have you done that this year?
This year, no.
Last year?
Last year, I'm not. But the point is, I do it.
How many times
Or
have you
I've
gone out
done
to
it.
when she was here? While she was here, alone, you two alone. Went out to go eat.
We never did that.
Okay.
Do you
get what I'm trying to paint
No.
Still, no, Ayo, it still doesn't make sense. If that was the case,
I know you're not. So what is the point? If you
if
like
that was the
somebody-
case, if that was
I
the
think-
case, I would every guy friend I went out with, I would assume want to date
You
me.
should start believing that they like her.
No.
No, if you like somebody, don't say it.
I hear you. I'm not
And that is
disputing what you're saying.
so-
By the way, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's right. I actually don't say it's right. I actually think it's wrong because what is trying to
then
do
you
here
should say it.
is be patient.
No.
What he's trying to do here is that he's trying to smash. I'm not gonna lie to you. With that
Yeah.
with that last one, he was trying to smash.
He was trying to
and he
that's-
should have came out clean. And if he really wanted to, he should have been, hey, can we meet up and actually have a date? For that, the minute you said you were not available, you should have actually asked that. I actually wanted
it's
to
a
date you.
simple, babe, I like you. And then
Which babe have you texted? Babe, I like you. Which babe
I have texted girls that I like
Very
you.
mature.
It worked. It
Did I say it didn't work?
It worked.
Did I say it wouldn't work? I
So
just said
if
you were
it
immature.
worked,
My
You
thing,
do that now. Yes, you do it now.
I don't waste time. I don't have time to waste.
Don't date him.
but
This is typical.
here's
guy.
my
Don't date
here's my
don't date him.
thankfully
Babe,
he's
I
in
like
a
you.
happy
Let's
relationship.
go out on a date.
No, not less.
What I found weird was that yes, I'm like, yeah, you guys can come over. Again, remember I said you and your sister if you're in town together. So to me, again, this wasn't like, oh, I'm inviting you specially to my house. It was like, come. I didn't put in any effort to say I'm welcoming you. I was like, I promise, like, you get a taste of this Indian food near my place, and I ordered the food. It came.
To understand, for him, that was just green light. Green light,
A little
even
bit.
though he didn't say
A little bit.
Yeah,
It's not your fault.
It's
Again,
not-
you did nothing wrong.
I think you need to say that first before you go on this your tangent.
Oh,
That
no.
she didn't do anything.
No,
wrong.
you didn't do nothing wrong.
Yes,
You didn't do
and
nothing
then
wrong.
you cannot do the understanding.
You did nothing wrong. It was not that you didn't understand this man
Yeah.
and his intentions. His intentions were not pure.
And then he was telling me about storming and forming. I was like, what is that means
Oh,
what
no,
are the
that was
5 stages
after
of project
fell apart.
management?
Oh, no, it was, no. Shit has gone south then. It was just
damage control.
it was a damage control. It was damage control. It was damage control.
Yeah.
It was like it was damage control in this sense. It was trying to see if there was a way, but without with saving face also. No, it was trying to save face.
But
Why
I
still
think
see
I
there was a way?
think I'm not saying I'm an expert in relationships or not.
None of us, but we just know.
But what I will say for guys out there, it pays to be direct. You save your time. Forget the other person's time. Your time. Your time should be precious
To
to
be fair,
you.
though. To be
It
fair,
saves
though.
your
But
time.
and also, but wait, also to be direct.
Yeah, maybe that might have worked. You never know. It might have. That might be his tactics that might have worked before in the past.
What kind
Is,
of no
is,
no no?
is
You
this man a
just
young
come.
man?
You just say
This man a young
yes,
man?
and then you're
How
just
young
like
is it?
I
My
think
age
he's
or is
like
it better?
36, like
That's not a
36.
young
I
man.
would say.
That's not a young man, please. When you are not of 30, you're not a young man. Again, no.
No, but no. This is
No.
He's not. He's
Let's
not.
pick that one
He's
first.
not a young
He's
man.
not a young
He's
man.
not a young
Okay,
man.
this man has
He
smashed.
may have a young. He may have
Face.
a young face,
And
he may have
clearly
a young attitude to life.
Exactly.
But
That's not a young man. When you're 30 something, you're not a young man. All right.
let's not lie to ourselves.
Okay.
Just
What?
because we're in our
So,
30s.
Also,
so what
like,
if you
why would you even say
is
what?
20 a
No,
child?
no, but again,
No.
See, it
If
goes.
30 something is a young man, what is
I
20?
think this is what I want to again go to in that. Just because in quotes it has worked before,
Yeah.
doesn't mean it's right.
I didn't say it's right. Oh.
No, I know that's you don't say these things. That's you when you say that you can give your tangents. That's fine.
Oh, sorry.
And
I would like
it also
it's
it also
right.
doesn't mean it also doesn't mean it works with everybody because like okay, so also another thing when he came to my apartment, he was like, oh, you needed to use the bathroom. I showed him where the bathroom was, and then he came out and was like, wow, your house is so neat. So and in my head, I was thinking, how bad is your house? Because like this is just
that's a compliment. It's a compliment.
It is a smash compliment. It is a compliment for a girl I could probably see
but
myself
then
It's a compliment.
okay,
You
yeah,
see,
I get that. But then wait, why
not
would he then think
this guy. I was already put in the friendship box.
with. Yeah.
He did
Not
like
even
you.
friendship. This is colleague. This is
This
acquaintance.
acquaintance box.
Acquaintance. I know you
Like-
because I want to know about Canada.
So,
Not
like,
because
what-
I want to. Not because I
It's
like
not
you.
even cross our mind. It could be a
Bruh.
compliment.
Bruh, it doesn't even cross my mind like you could be one day kissing my lips. It did not cross our mind. It's like my lips on your lips. Are you mad?
but then my other thing
Right? She wants a
My-
ranch. Okay.
my
Wait.
my other thing was like, why would you even say you want to come sleep over at my house? Like, what kind of I don't understand. So if I invite someone over to my house, it's like my girlfriend's coming over to like they've never said, oh, like you've been to my house one time for lunch, and then you're like, can I like I was thinking I could sleep
How many
over.
times do you need to sleep in somebody's
What I
house?
will say is to that is this: if okay, not maybe not you as a person, but generally, if the girl is feeling the boy, that will probably not be a problem.
Yes. I mean,
If she
and that's a
was,
question.
if
I
we've said you put him in the colleague,
Even
acquaintance
no,
box.
you yourself.
If you were feeling the boy.
Haven't you asked somebody sleepover after like 2 or 3 times of meeting?
Yeah, 2 or 3 times of them being in my house. Not that you just show up one day and then we don't talk. This is where the issue is. We don't text. Ayo,
No, if-
Ayo, wait. Ayo, Biola, wait. Let me explain. We don't text. We don't talk. We don't call each other. Nothing. Like we have no communication outside of those couple of times we saw each other. No communication whatsoever. Like so, we don't have anything where it's like we are continuing on something. Like there's nothing.
Acquaintance is worse than colleague.
Acquaintance, you can still think of acquaintance.
No.
Colleague is work.
Colleague, I think you see them every day. You know your personality. Acquaintance, you never see this. Which one is worse, colleague or acquaintance?
Box in terms of
If
going to the romantic.
if somebody was to die today between your colleague and acquaintance, which one do you think you will feel more, acquaintance or colleague?
Please don't use
don't use
death. Don't use death. But
Fine.
but
No,
I
but-
have
Who's closer?
I
To,
do
who is closer?
you know what?
Who is closer to
My
be the
colleague
ranch
is
guy?
closer.
I think it's colleague.
My
guy.
colleague.
You spend more time with your colleague.
It's
your colleague is
colleague.
closer.
So it was
Not
in the
my
acquaintance.
Some
acquaintance.
people
Yeah.
work wife.
True.
You never make work acquaintance. Wife acquaintance.
Acquaintance.
You
Yeah,
never.
no, okay, fair enough. Okay, since with
Do you
that
have,
one,
do you have a work husband?
No, at the moment, no.
As you said at the moment, you used to have one.
but you've had one
It
before.
was probably the photographer.
I used to have one, yeah. I had a work husband during my PhD, actually, who used to sit right next to me. He was so sweet.
Hey, did you see the way she? When somebody used the word sweet, that means you could
You know,
never.
the thing is this.
Never.
The thing is this. I take like when I tell people that is not a compliment.
It's not.
It is not.
It's an insult.
Not.
In fact,
it is not.
Really?
it's so sweet. What the fuck is that? I don't want to be sweet.
No.
I want to rock your world. What the fuck is so sweet? It's so sweet.
But
You
you're
know
my
what is-
work husband.
And
You're
then
my
it's
work
so
husband,
sweet.
not my
It's so
husband.
sweet.
That means
He will never.
it is work.
He will never.
The husband is just
never-
Yeah,
He will
he
never
was
kiss you on the-
married. He was
That's not the-
married.
That's not the point.
I'm not saying he wanted you, but if he wanted you and he was available, would you?
Be
No,
honest.
That's because he's sweet.
Because he's
I like no. I like sweet guys. I actually
that's it.
adore sweet men.
fine. You will-
And when I say sweet boys, I don't mean like Vows' Sweet Boys Association, not those ones, like not players in disguise. I like sweet guys, like guys who are genuinely sweet and thoughtful.
Yes,
I
they
love
make
them.
good friends.
Yeah, they
Friend
make
zone.
good friend zone. Yeah, it's okay.
No, I
Yes.
don't friend zone. I don't friend zone sweet guys. I friend zone guys who act sweet because they want to like present a certain image. Those I friend zone. But guys that are actually genuinely sweet, I don't, because I feel like that's what I need.
From Kenneth. She doesn't know who she friend zone. Bella. She doesn't know. I'm telling you right now, she doesn't know who she friend zone. It's okay. It's okay.
But why would you? Okay, no, but you agree that this guy did not tell me anything. He did not express any interest. He came to my house for lunch and then he wants to sleep over.
He was trying to build the roof before the foundation.
We're not saying that we are at fault.
On this
Don't get
one.
us
And then he starts telling me about storming and forming. Like,
Ignore
That's-
that.
that's-
That
what
one
the
is.
hell?
That one is. Bro, leave that one.
He's hurt. He's
You-
hurt, and those are the
You
lashing out
misplaced
of
where the
hurt
damage was
person.
done. That one is damage to you, but damage was formed.
You were not
minute
on the
you-
same page.
The minute the
He was
rejection
at the
happened,
end of the not at the end. It was
Wasn't it?
close to the end of.
It
No, in
reminds
fact,
me
it
of
was in
Wale.
the book.
It was Wale.
She was not.
Remember
in the book.
that Wale song where it was like, I don't do, I don't do love at first sight, but I do love at first, and then he skipped that particular line. You know that song from Wale? It was his most pop, it was famous song. You know that song, man. He was trying to find.
anyway,
love
I
at
thought
first,
it was. I thought it was weird.
He was trying to find love at first.
Yeah.
Not love at first chat.
They were not on the same page. That's all.
No.
And
I thought it was
hurt
weird,
by
and
it
I also
because he
found
was-
it.
You found it.
Yeah, I thought it was weird, and I also found it interesting that he was trying to make it seem like I was the problem when he said, "Oh, I see you like your space," rather than him saying, "Actually, this is inappropriate because this chick and I don't even talk." Like I was like,
No, it was not. Again, I get what she's trying to say.
I get it, but
That he
didn't
didn't
say it
see.
like that.
He didn't see it. No, he kind of meant it that way. Let's be honest.
No.
He kind of meant it that. Like, no, the only reason why you don't want me is
Yeah.
because you like your space.
oh no, he's not saying that to like this.
It was it's
Guys, let me tell you something there, because even Better doesn't get it. Let me tell you something.
What?
If there's a crack in the wall, right, it's either you break down the wall completely or you cement over it. That was a cementing over the crack in the wall. You realize that it's losing you. Like, oh, let me sugarcoat it like, hey, so you like your space there.
That's a terrible way to sugarcoat it.
exactly, it's rubbish.
Have you said this guy is using Apollo? Have you said that this guy is using brain? Did you say that this guy is Einstein in dating world? No. Okay.
Okay,
Anyway,
I don't-
after
I
I
don't wanna
told
say
him that,
women,
That
but
means-
let's just say in this particular scenario, he didn't put his best.
Let me tell you something there.
foot
I need
forward.
you to start
Thank you for
recognizing
understanding.
every conversation that you're having with people. I promise there are a lot of guys in your friends that have tried that you've just rejected that they say that are sweet. They're not sweet. No guy is sweet. All right? Bella,
They are sweet.
Bella, if you take her out to lunch 3 times a year, you're not being sweet. You're not being
3
sweet.
times in a year,
Yes, you're not being sweet.
in a year.
You're not being sweet.
I've done that.
To
Okay,
you
so what are
people.
you doing?
I've done that to friends
To your
that no serious. On a serious note,
Bella, let me tell you something.
that are not my girlfriend, and I'm not interested in any way.
Okay.
Like I have,
You
I
have
actually
issues.
have.
Both of you have issues. Let me tell you something.
No, what?
If
How
a
can
guy-
you take someone out? Wait, whoa. How can you take someone out 3 times a year and that's you showing interest? 3 times in a year, a whole year, in 12 months.
Let me focus. Let me help you with the date. Let me set up the scenario. The first time you guys met that year, it was probably like when the conversation was nice, and it's like, oh, maybe I have a chance.
This is a terrible example.
Do you lose connections? Do you notice that there are time periods when you are closer to this friend than other friends? Like that sometimes when the conversation not like when other time when you just talk to this particular person, like be patient. There are times when you talk to this particular person, like maybe during a span of 2 weeks, you just find that you guys communicate more, and then again you might lose each other for like 3 months. Not like there will be the
Would
occasional
you
here and
do
there.
that if you like a person?
No, if I'm in a
Exactly.
relationship,
Would you disappear for 3 months?
thank
No,
you.
Ayo, I'm sorry. No,
But
okay, no, no, no.
if
Wait,
I have
Ayo, I do not agree. I don't agree with the premise of your example because what you're actually saying is that, and I appreciate it though, because what you're
yes.
pointing out is that I don't friend zone people. They friend zone themselves.
Oh
They
no,
friend zone
let me
themselves because how do you like me? We talk for 2 weeks and then you disappear for 3 months and then you show up again and I'm like, oh my
no,
darling, I'm not like that.
patient,
Okay,
focus,
yeah,
focus,
say,
focus.
you are. This
This
is a
is
wrong example,
focus,
but continue
focus.
again. I will say it.
Have you ever met people before when you're in a relationship?
Uh-huh. Yes. Of
Yes,
course I meet
like
people
guys,
when I'm
you guys
dating.
in your life when you're in a relationship, right? Now, you
Uh-huh.
guys actually had great conversation. To you, it
Mm-hmm.
was innocent.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. Every conversation that you guys have with anybody, except for Bella and maybe Bella has issues, but if you have a conversation with somebody, right, you start forming an opinion on an idea of that person in your life in your head.
Everybody does that.
Okay.
Yes. If now, let's say to you, because you are clearly we've established that you are clueless in these scenarios. But let's say that you continue being you. You are happy with your friend's relationship.
No.
It's not about you. You're happy with your friend, your friend's relationship, and your British photographer. All right. Then this guy came into your life. Conversation was really nice. He, in that moment, right? He took that as this person. I can see something with this person, but he
Okay.
closed it up as you are in a relationship. Then he heard that the photographer messed up the royal wedding, so they put him in jail. All right, he lost the files, put him in jail. So the relationship is on a hiatus, right? So he start texting, doing that for like you guys are already friends, okay? But nothing happened, right? But during this period, you are single, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
something happened that brought you guys back together, and you realize that you are single, right? And it now start. You guys are not talking for like 2 or 3. You're talking again for like a week or two constantly. All right.
Mm-hmm.
My guy is like, okay, let us meet. All right. So you guys went out, you met. All right. You might even be talking about
Mm-hmm.
things you might later do. But then when you got back home, like, oh, it was nice seeing you. Okay, bye bye. And you did not reciprocate what he was expecting. All right, be patient. Not
Mm-hmm.
what was expecting.
Look, Ayo. Look, again. I will say it
This
again.
is such a
I
weird.
get what you want to say, but your example is terrible, and you're just going deeper and deeper in a
No,
terrible example.
no. You just want
I like
everybody
it
to be
doesn't even
like you.
No, no,
Just
I'm not.
like
No, 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 no,
you
no,
just
no,
like babe. I like I
no,
like
no,
you,
no,
babe.
no, no, no. I
Now
have not said
start
everybody.
dating me.
I have not said everybody should be like me.
You are saying everybody should be straightforward. You've said
No,
that.
listen,
Do you want to the
listen,
wine? Haven't
listen,
you said that in this
listen.
video?
Be
but
clear
wait.
in what you want. You may not say
Yes.
it as direct as I'm saying it. You can take like you. You don't have to say I like you. Talk your own. I'm not saying that. That is
You
my
know that not
style.
everybody is like us, right?
I get. Listen,
But
I get
Ayo,
that. But it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for you. Listen, it doesn't make sense for you to say you like somebody. You
Yes.
talk to them for a 2 weeks period. You
Yes.
stop talking to them for
You
another
didn't
3 months
stop.
gap.
You didn't stop.
You stop. That's what she's saying now. You said three times
I'm
a
the one
year.
that brought up the scenario.
That's why I
And
said you have a terrible. That's why I said I get what
and
you're saying.
it is not the
I
conversation
am.
that I said in every 3
Listen,
months.
If you look, listen,
I said it was the meeting
listen,
physically aspect of it.
listen,
Going out on a lunch
listen,
date.
listen.
Yes, I'm listening.
You had a terrible example.
Yes.
I get you that not everybody is just direct and thinking about wasting time or not wasting time.
Yes.
But if you like somebody,
Yes.
the bare minimum is that
Yes.
you keep talking to them.
Yes.
You may not if this person if they had spent a 3 month period where
Yes.
every day
Yes.
they are talking,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
it would be
And
different.
even if he has not said
Yes.
I like you,
Yes.
but he's showing
Yes.
he likes her, you
Yes.
think she wouldn't know?
It's possible.
Exactly. No, why would I'm not
Be
not
patient.
that dumb.
Can I come up with
I'm
another
not that
scenario?
dumb.
You
But
did.
also, no, don't come up with another scenario. Let's cap the
You're not
scenarios.
actually not showing
Have we
it.
all watched Bridgerton? The one with the queen and king.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a
Did he not love her?
that's about to be
Yeah, that scenario is actually
You
very
do
bad.
like
That's
you
a
don't
terrible example.
do you want me
It
to
just,
give you a
I
good
just like,
example? You just have
I don't
terrible
want this.
you have
I just
terrible
like,
examples.
that series just came back into my head. I really
You
liked it. It was really nice. It has
you
nothing to do with this one.
The,
I
we
admit
don't
it,
even
Bella.
need.
Don't lose your
calm.
We
shit.
I'm
don't
calm.
need.
I'm
Oh,
calm.
We don't need any scenario. For me, as far as
Yes,
I'm concerned,
I'm not saying you should be direct.
yes.
Like be
yes,
direct. But at
we don't
the
have to
very
be that.
true
How
affection.
do you like to be approached?
Besides that, it's not even just that, Biola. It's not even about being direct or not. I've realized that these days, the expectations that some people seem to have are so incongruent with the outcomes that they're expecting. Because, first of all, you say you like somebody, but you don't put in any effort to communicate with them, or you deliberately put in barriers to your communication. So, for example, Biola can pick up the phone and just call me. He doesn't need to ask me, Demi, can I call you? As long as he looks at the time thing and it's a Saturday morning, he can just call me. And if I don't answer the phone, I'll just be like, hey, Biola, I'll call you back.
What
Right?
about Monday?
Because Mondays to Fridays, Biola might have the impression of, oh, you might be at work. Do you understand? So then he might say, oh, Demi, I want to call you. Let me know when it is a good time. So that's a different story. But there are people who are like, I really like you. But every time before they call you, they'll be like, can I call? You yourself are putting a barrier between between you and the person you're trying to get close to, as far as I'm concerned, because you're already wait. I said, as far as I am.
Asking if I
No,
can
no,
call
no.
before.
This is what I will
Yeah,
say.
before
No,
we
no.
start dating, I can
This
understand
is
that
what I
one.
will say about this particular senior example she did.
Yeah.
Like me as a person,
Yeah.
I am that guy.
I'm that guy too.
I am that guy who
I'm
will
that
text.
guy too.
But what I would say
Before we start
but
dating.
listen, what I would say in her defense
Yes.
is that Demi would already tell you you don't have to do this. She will.
Yes.
And if she
Exactly.
tells you you don't have to do
Yep.
this and you keep doing it,
That's a different thing. If she tells you,
she
if
will,
she
she
didn't,
will, she will.
but the
That
question is,
She will.
and
but the question,
I tell people.
She will tell you. She'll probably this is how Demi will
I
probably say.
tell
listen,
people.
You know? Do you know? She'll probably be
will
like
you let me talk
because
and
okay,
listen?
say what you want. Say what you want to say.
Next time, then if somebody was like,
Just don't give a terrible contrarian.
there's no example. I just wanted to say something. Can I say it, nigga? God damn. Tell me, next time somebody texts you and be like, can I call you? And it's a guy in it and he's new in your life. Not the old ones. We've given up on the old ones. Clearly. All right. There's no chance for the old dudes anymore. But if it's a new guy in it and be like, hey, can I call you? Before he calls you, all right, he probably likes you and he's just trying to.
Doesn't mean
Yeah,
that
no,
does,
wait. That's
My
not.
point
That's
is
not.
that,
Wait,
please tell him that he can call you.
Ayo.
she does.
Wait, you're missing the point. It's not that. There's a way I relate with people that makes them understand that they can call me. Obviously, if you're new, I understand you like, hey, Demi, can I call you? And I'll tell you, of course you can call. And then you call. But where there's a problem is years down the line, you're still doing that. In my opinion, you are the one who has put up a wall, and I would never consider you as someone who I would date, because in my head you've put yourself in that zone, and I'm respecting your zone. That's how I am. If you've asked
Like,
me that like 3-4 times, and I've made it clear, like even when I text you, I don't text you like, hey, can I call you? I don't text you. Do you know how you know I like you as a person? I don't text you good morning. I don't send good morning before every message. I'm just like you this morning. What did I say? I just said, hey, Biola, what's up? Are you good? Are we still good for this one? I don't have formalities in place because you are my friend. And that's my way of letting you know that you don't have to put all these formalities in place. So if you keep doing that, in my opinion, is evidence that you're not a
good morning to your partner. To your
what?
partner. You said for
No,
friends,
I
I can
don't.
understand good morning. For
Even with my
partners,
partner, I don't say good morning. I'm like, hey,
you don't
sugar.
use
Like
good morning.
I don't have any formalities.
You
I
don't
don't
wish
have
this.
formalities.
Ayo,
No.
this is the
Did I,
thing.
do
Listen,
you say good morning to your
I
girlfriend?
say good morning. But listen, this is the point because my girlfriend also likes good morning.
Yeah. Even in your previous relationship, did you not say good
Listen,
morning?
okay, for example,
That's Biola.
I've been in a relationship where my partner had an issue with the word dear.
Dear?
Yeah, dear. She had an issue with it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say why she did, but she did.
Yes.
If you like
Wait,
somebody,
what do you mean you're not gonna so there's a why?
Of course there's a why.
So we don't get to know the why.
Yes, you don't get to know the why.
So you're just gonna leave the story half full.
My point is,
Ayo, let it go.
the point is this: if you like somebody,
Yes.
one of the things that shows you like somebody, it's not just about saying I like you. It is what are you doing if you like the
Who says
person?
I like you? Who
No,
has
no,
ever
no.
said that?
My point is this: just saying you like a person
Yes.
doesn't have an impact. It is what you do to them that shows whether you like them or not. And one of the important
Exactly.
things to do if you like a person is that you actually study the person to know what they like and what they don't like.
Sound a bit creepy there. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not creepy.
It does.
It's not creepy. It's normal.
Anyway, my point is this,
Yes.
the bare minimum, if you
Yeah.
like a person, is to at least know what they like, know what resonates with them, know what they don't like. You saying I like you, and you're not even putting any attempt to knowing who I am for who I am, and you're just applying general templates, is
Who are you,
at
boy?
best lazy.
Who are you?
It's lazy. Exactly.
It's insincere for me.
Nobody. I don't know
Yeah.
why we are this
And
particular.
I even had somebody, I had somebody.
Because
I
you are
understand
doing
where
the
you are.
contrarian
No,
point
no, no, no,
now.
no. I was talking about like I was just saying
No, no,
for
no.
new guy
We're
that
talking.
comes
No, we're
in.
talking about. No, no. We've talked. See, when you meet the person, you don't know the person. But if you, the truth is this: if you talk to Demi for 2 weeks,
Yes.
2 weeks,
Yes.
continuous, you will know she doesn't like, for example, formalities. It's not going to be rocket science.
What if
Yep.
you find a guy that is perfect but he likes for formalities? Will it work out?
How would it be perfect if it doesn't align with what I like?
What
I
if it
don't
was the
like the barrier. I don't like if I crave a relationship with you, I don't want barriers. I don't
You,
want you to put barriers in place. I don't want if because
it's a for me. That question is a very simple. It's a simple answer to it, like you said.
it's
That means
for
you don't
me
align.
like
If you
exactly
want
like navigating those
person has
barriers
the
is
person
work
wants
for
good
me.
morning, the
yeah,
person insists on I want you to tell me good morning,
yeah.
then they don't align, and then that means this person may be perfect for somebody else, but it's not perfect for her.
Okay.
Simple. It's really not that.
Exactly.
I'm calm
Like
now.
I
You
if
get
I
it?
like you, if I like you and or I consider you my friend, I just
Yes.
pick up my phone and I call
Yes.
you. And
Yes.
if you don't answer, I don't get offended. I'll just take it that you'll call me back when you have time or you'll text me. That's
It's
how I build
it's
that's
not.
how I build
I still
friendships.
say I
I
still life.
don't build I don't build friendships where it's like every day we're like, "Hi, can I call
Okay,
you?"
I
No,
understand.
I don't
Honestly,
do
I
like
No, no,
understand.
but okay, for me,
For relationships, like
for me, relate like I can't date. Okay, that's what I'm saying. For me, I can't date somebody that is not my friend. I can't. I can't play. Like, if anything, the friendship is even deeper. Like, it's the friendship that is the foundation of the relationship. Yeah, like I can't date someone I can't
I
joke with or
understand
play
where you are
with.
saying.
and
So
and I
Ignore you.
also wait, I also want to add Biola,
yes,
I also wanted to add that there are also people who are like, I'm going to call you once every 2 weeks, and from that, you should know that I like you. Again, that does not work for me. And I've had guys do this to me where they'll be calling me once every 2 weeks and also asking me every 2 weeks, can I call you? Can I call you? And I'm like, yeah, you can call. But in my
No, no, no.
head,
I
I'm not
think
taking you seriously.
I think I understand you now better than before we started this whole thing. All right. I feel like I
Mm,
understand you better. All right. You are weird. It's okay. We move on. You don't like formalities. I actually understand that now. Genuinely. You don't like formalities. You want everybody to be bare naked, and not necessarily like naked clothes off, but in like the interaction that they have with each other. Stop
I
shaking.
want them to be,
You're not a bobblehead.
Ayo,
Shaking your
I
head.
want people to, you know what? I want people to be real when they come into a friendship, a relationship with me. Just be yourself. I feel like a lot of people do the formalities because they're like, this is the right thing to do. And I'm okay if we've just met and you're doing that. But at some
Yes.
point, I'll tell you, you don't need to do this. And if
Yes,
you
but
continue after
it's
that, then for
ingrained in them.
me,
For some people, it's
huh?
ingrained in them. It's not necessarily because of you or
Yeah, then we don't align.
how like Asian people like the way they go around and they just like if they can't enter the house without taking off their shoes they or the way
Yeah,
they
then
talk.
it's, yeah, I get that. I
Sometimes it's
get
just the
that.
way you are raised, all right? It's not
that's fine.
necessarily about you or they are
Yeah,
trying to. You get my point, right? So I
yeah.
understand you now, and I understand like in terms of like what works for you and what doesn't work for you in
Mm,
terms of like formalities is a very important thing to you because it acts as a barrier or it feels like somebody
yeah.
setting up a barrier. So I can clearly understand that. Okay, now why
Mm,
this man is there with the bubble head is shaking is beyond his own. He has his own issues. The good morning thing is not nice now. Which
mm-hmm.
people good morning? What's wrong with you? Which people
No,
good morning?
it's not that I don't wish people good morning. I don't text good morning in those actual words. Like
What do you say?
there's a
Let's
lot
say,
of rays in
let's
my
say,
text.
let's say me. Let's say I woke up and I wanted to text, and you woke up first and you wanted to text me. Well, how would you text me? I'm the boyfriend in this
Okay,
scenario.
let's see.
Anyway, stop
Hmm.
breathing hard. Stop breathing to your mouth.
My typical text would be, "Hey sugar, did your day start off great, or do you need my
Sugar.
smile to make it a bit better?" Yeah,
Yo,
that's
sugar.
my text.
You okay now? Are you
No,
happy?
I don't like sugar.
That's my good morning text. Like,
So
"Hey
no, so
sugar, is your morning off to a good start, or do you need my smile to make it a bit better?" Don't
Your
send me
smile.
good morning.
Your
Put
smile.
some
What if
rays to
I
it,
have a
please.
nightmare? Your smile is fixing my nightmare.
Bye bye.
I will try it to tomorrow. I'll
any,
say, hey, sugar,
why
did you have a good
why but
morning?
why are you trying her stuff?
I
I'm
just
sure you
want,
have your
I just
stuff.
want to
Exactly. Go and say good morning. Go and text good morning. Go
Hey,
and
my
text
good
good
mornings are
morning. How was your night? I pray for you this day as you step out. May the
eh, eh,
angels
eh,
go ahead of you and lay whatever it is that you guys, I don't know.
calm down. Which angels are going ahead of you?
That's what you
I
want.
don't go that far. You pray your own prayers for your own angels.
So, but
Let me just
anyways,
say, listen, my good mornings are very nice. All right, you will like my good mornings. All right, sometimes my good mornings comes in Spanish. Sometimes they come in German. All right, I mix it up. All right, sometimes they come with flowers, roses, pictures, memes. All right, sometimes they come with love, arts. Sometimes they don't come out. Sometimes actually I spice up my good mornings. And the best part of my good mornings is that they come at different times. They don't just come at 7 o'clock, like clockwork. Okay, and then they come at 4 a.m., 3 a.m. That's when I wake up to watch basketball. So I do not forget to say
Ayo,
the
look
good
at me
morning.
and Bella's faces, please.
Biela is leave Biela alone. Biela's good morning is very basic. It doesn't even have any emoji. There's no rising sun, nothing.
Bella,
It's
you
good
wanted to
morning.
say something. Let's move on from these.
He doesn't even write the full
Ayo's
good
good
morning. It's
morning
just
is sounding
no, we
like
are
a money. Ayo's good
one
morning
hour
is
30.
sounding like a money bouquet.
ah, and yours and yours is like, hey sugar, do you want my picture? Not my smile. You think that one is fine? You think people that had nightmare is looking for sugar good morning with pictures? Nonsense. You are lucky that you have a nice smile. Otherwise, hey sugar, money
It's
bouquet.
okay, Ayo. Thank
You,
you.
you know
Thanks.
what?
Thanks for the
At
compliment.
the end, no, at the end of it all,
So do you send like a
the point.
selfie
Wow, okay.
with your if they say they want the smile, do you send selfie?
This is how I
Like
know that your Riz has need of some work because you don't
my
need the
wrist is fine.
picture. You
I'm
just
not
need to
raising
say, "I know
you.
you're smart,"
My wrist is
and
fine. If I
you
was raising you,
you just
you would know.
it needs
You
some
would know.
work.
My
Okay,
wrist is
let's
fine.
wrap it up. Okay, bye, Ayo. I'm done. Goodbye. Bye, Ayo.
This point,
I will send you a text tomorrow and be like, "Good morning, brother Ayo. How far? Hope you are well this wonderful day."
If you use brother Ayo, you will get blocked. I don't like that kind of a thing. I don't like daddy. I don't like sugar. I don't, all right, I don't
no, no,
like that.
okay. I
Call
think
me love
Hey,
for babies.
hey
Love.
guys,
do you
hey,
like
Let's keep it.
do you like Zaddy? Hey, Zaddy.
Yeah, my girlfriend. Yeah, you guys are in trouble. Bye
He
bye.
got
you don't like that.
confused.
I don't
You
like
like
it. I don't like it.
you don't like
Honestly,
that.
I don't like. I found it weird.
Okay,
I really, I like that thing when
Oh
somebody is saying
God.
it, you just feel like the thing is crawling.
okay,
Yeah, that's how I feel. I don't like it.
okay. No, no, that's fine.
All
Do
right.
you?
Fine.